Welcome to the new look Draymond Green Show. And I got a new co-host. I'm with Baron Davis, BD. Man, I'm excited as hell to have him on the show. I know y'all have seen a few episodes. So he here now. You all asked for a shout out to the fans. I told you all for the last 3.5 years, we always want to give you fans, you avid listeners, subscribers. We always want to give y'all what y'all want. And this summer, y'all just kept asking me like, yo, the shows with Baron is great. He should be on full time. So guess what? It's here. BD here, full time. We coming to you twice a week. Make sure y'all tap in. Make sure you subscribe because we'll be coming to you. But anyway, to my co-host, BD, Baron Davis. What's up, my brother? Welcome to the show.
Hey, bro, I am so excited. You know, when I be hooping in the rec league, you know, I call myself Baby Draymond Green. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like we cut from the same cloth. And like, I ain't too many people I feel like I can sit, kick it with, and talk to, and like get real honesty. So, man, I appreciate the fans for pushing it, but I appreciate you, big dog. You've been doing this, and like this gonna give me a cool chance to like really talk hoop and learn and listen, and you know, just have a good time.
1,000%. We'll definitely be talking hoop and a few more things here and there. So, you know, I think when we did those episodes this summer, like you can just feel when the chemistry hit. It's like the basketball court, as you know.
Yep.
When you hit it off, when the chemistry is right,
Yeah.
you can just feel it when you got that sauce. And I think the episodes that we did, we could feel that. And then shout out to the fans. The fans was like, yo, we need him back permanently. Like that's what everybody was saying. So we want to bring it to y'all.
Fans.
Y'all made it happen. Thank y'all so much. We appreciate y'all. We're gonna have a good time. So make sure y'all stay locked in.
Yeah, no, for sure. And then the last time, you know, we got together, it was a gold medal game. You feel me? I saw you in the picture, you know. I saw you coaching, you know what I mean? What was that? What was that like?
Bro, that experience was crazy, man, because
it had to be.
Number one, walking into that gym, I've been actually talking about this for years, and Team USA beating France in France. In Paris. Like because after the 2020 Olympics, which happened in 2021, like you just knew, like they coming back. It's in their home turf. They beat us in the the World Cup.
World Cup, yeah.
You know, they feeling themselves. And so you just knew like that's how it's gonna shake out. Yeah. And for it to shake out that way, like regardless if I was playing or not, to walk in that gym. When I walked in that gym, like you could just feel the energy. Like it was buzzing. It was crazy.
Right.
And, you know, we had our seat and like people shouting out to me like, oh, Draymond, you really came here. Like, oh, you come here to mess with Rudy?
You're a real one, dog. Hey, your level of pettiness is...
No, but honestly, obviously, that was a big deal, and I had a lot of fun with it and going to mess with Rudy. At the end of the day, I would have never flown that far to go talk trash to that man.
No.
My wife, it's crazy because a good friend of ours, who we actually vacation with every summer, PR, it was his 50th, and he was doing it in south of France. So we were going to go over there after anyway. But I said to my wife, I'm like, man, I think we should go to the gold medal game. And then I kind of had walked it back like, you know what I'm saying? We ain't going to go. And she was like, you have so many friends on that team. Like, I think if you go to the game, they will love to see you walk in. And when she said that, I was like, say no more. You're right. I'm going. And so we went, and when we walked in, as the guys started to see me over there and make eye contact, you could see them like talking like, yo, look at him over there. Like, and as a two-time Olympic gold medalist, I felt a part of what was going on. And to see them go down, Serbia playing great, hitting all the shots they can hit. And just excuse me, I said Serbia.
France,
France, hitting all the shots that they were hitting. And to just take over that game when they had to take over the game. And then for Steph to do what Steph did.
Yeah. Come on, dude.
Bro.
Come on, dude.
For me personally, I've seen just about every big shot he can hit. I've seen like every one from in his NBA. I've been there. So to be there for that moment, I think the most fun I had in watching that moment, as beautiful as a moment as it was, the most fun that I had was watching the guys that be on the wrong side of that moment enjoy that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That was so special, man. Oh my God.
He was like, look at their face.
Like, look at them. Like, and you could see, like, and after, I'm telling you, like, the after party, all of that, every one of them I talked to came up to me and was like, yo, that's crazy. Like,
yeah.
I can't believe. Like, Ant-Man came up to me and talked to me about Steph for 45 minutes straight.
That's crazy.
Like, they were all so in awe of him. And man, like to go to war with him against all of those guys for all these years and then just to see that and witness that.
Yeah.
And then him hit the night-night and look at me and hit the night-night. Oh my God.
That was crazy.
And them to catch that picture, maybe that picture need to go right
here.
Yeah,
you need to put that in. I was going to say you need to put that in the background.
It needs to go right here.
Because it's like also like you walking in, like I want to know what because you described it like you an Olympian walking into the Dream Team gold medal game. They shouting you out. You know what I mean? It's like, man, that's got to feel crazy too. Then to put them to rest in France, you know what I mean?
Bro, it felt incredible. Like so patriotic. It was amazing, man, to put those boys away in France.
Yeah.
To show how we still dominate this game, for the team to assemble how it did, and to actually go out there and do it, have to battle for it. And like to walk in there and witness that moment. And all the other Olympians, D Wade sitting there calling the game, Melo, sitting there, Asia, Sue, like all the other Olympians. Some of them, I won a gold medal with Melo. Sure. Like and just to share that moment with all of them and obviously with my wife, like
flowers.
Man, that was so fucking special, bro. Like it's by far my favorite sports moment that I wasn't involved in. Obviously winning the championship, winning the gold medal myself would take precedent, but my favorite sport, and I've been to like some incredible sports events, bro. I seen Usain Bolt break the record in Brazil. I seen Neymar win gold in Brazil, like at the Olympics. I seen Michael Phelps break the record. I seen Katie Ledecky break records. Like I seen Simone Biles. I've seen all of these incredible events, Super Bowls, multiple Super Bowls. Best sporting event, my favorite sporting moment of my life that I wasn't a part of.
Walking in that gym.
Unbelievable, bro. What is yours? I mean, you got something like that?
Hell no, man. I ain't been to nothing, dog. I ain't really been, I've been to a couple finals. The Lakers, I think it was game 5 when they beat Philly. Yeah, because I was like my second year in the league. I wanted to see that. I think that's the game Derek Fisher got hot. But after the game, it was so crazy because, the Laker fans was woo-woo, they was hooping and hollering. And bro, all the way across the arena, you hear crack. they molly watching you out of there. The Philly fans, bro, they got on them. After that championship, them Laker fans was celebrating, them Philly fans was knocking them out and going out the arena.
That's crazy.
And then the only other one, like as a fan, I would say probably the most incredible shit I seen was when I went to Game 7, when y'all lost to
Hey,
LeBron in
relax,
Cleveland.
relax. That's crazy.
That was
You
crazy.
had no reason to bring that up.
I'm just saying,
That's
bro.
crazy.
I ain't never been to no
your
shit,
experiences
bro.
suck.
I'm telling you.
Get out and go do something.
Hey, bro, I'm a Raider
already.
fan. I'm a Raider fan. I'm a Raider fan right now. Hey, I do want to know, like, besides all that, I want to know what you and Steph talked about after that France moment. I know y'all talked about this game, bro. What was he saying?
We actually did speak about it, and it's one of those things where he just give you like man, it was crazy. Oh my God. Man, unbelievable. It's one of those things, right? Like he can't give you any words for it. It's just like,
because he was doing it.
Facts. And so it's just like, man. I'm like, bro, that was unbelievable. He like, I know, right? Like, still, if I talk about it, like, if I talk to him about it today, it's still like the same reaction of like he just kind of give me the look, like,
damn, like it was crazy.
It's just one of those reactions. But I know exactly what he means. Like, he don't have to say a word, but him saying that said a million words to me.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's like the ultimate confidence, you know what I mean? But the ultimate humbleness. That's where his genius lie. Like, you can be doing shit that great and still be like, wow, like, I don't know. I don't know what happened. You feel what I'm saying?
Like an out-of-body experience.
Like, bro, that happened too much. Yeah, that happened too much. Where's the superhero suit? You feel me?
100%. But he got that gene though, man. I think the one thing that makes him so special is like he really just loved a moment. Like, in any moment, like, for instance, we had the open practice the other day, and we shot half-court shots for $10,000. And he always the last one to shoot. And he's standing under the rim while everybody else shoot, throw the balls back. And then when it's time for him to shoot, he grab a ball, he walk up to the half-court line, he turn around and he shoot it. And I saw him on his walk, and I told Wiggs, I said, I'm about to block his shot because he's going to make it. and I was about to block his shot, and I just didn't go for the block, and he sure enough made it. And I was just telling Wiggs, I'm like, Wiggs, he like, man, that's crazy. I'm like, but there was no chance all of these people in this arena, and there was just no chance he was going to miss that shot. Like, it was never going to.
Nah, like, why y'all keep doing that? Why y'all keep shooting half-court shots with this man for money?
That's like, there's no chance he was missing that shot. And that's just that gene he got, like, in the game, bro. Like KD knew, everybody in the world knew he wanted to take that shot. And when he passed the ball to KD knew too. You see, KD didn't look anywhere else. He didn't think about KD threw him the ball right back. Everybody in the world knew that he was supposed to take that shot when he took that shot. And that is the thing that Steph Curry has that not a single other person in the NBA has. He unlike any other guys, and listen, there's greats.
No, for sure. I
agree.
KD's
the all-time great. Bron's, we know Bron, like, that's the thing that Steph has. That's the thing that when Steph was struggling all Olympics, that's why you still have him on the floor those last two games, because you know it's only a matter of time
for an unlock.
Yeah. Nobody else.
For them attributes unlock. You feel me? Hey, bro.
Unreal.
The unlock is crazy.
Unreal, bro.
It's insane because he don't, you know.
Facts. It's just like, oh.
Like, I guess.
Like, all right,
cracking.
cool.
Yeah, come on, it's cracking. Oh, that's incredible, dude.
Man, it's crazy because now it's a confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Earlier on, it was almost like he ain't even processing the moment. You know what I'm saying? He's never processing how big the moment is. He just in it and like doing what he do. Now he has some of the highest confidence you've ever seen in the world. But early on when we
Mhm.
started this run, it was just like this moment is so big and everybody realizes except him. He just like, oh no, like I'm shooting.
He just
Like I'm
hooping.
doing what I do. Like,
Yeah,
oh
he
well, like
hooping.
it's crazy to kind of see, like, really handled in the same way, although now he handles it and he's just always dominated. He never gets it wrong because it's a
Yeah.
confidence. It's a know-how now. So it's dope.
It's
So shout out to my man. I just need to throw
shout
some
out to the
flowers his way.
chef.
Yes,
Shout out
sir.
to the chef. Flowers, flowers.
The NBA season's finally back. A new season means new ways to get into the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. Who's draining the threes beyond the arc? Who's crashing the boards and grabbing rebounds? Get behind your favorite players and the prop bets you can make on DraftKings, the home of NBA player props. If you're ready to place your first bet on something simple. Pick a team to win. Go to DraftKings Sportsbook. They have an app. Download it and place your bet. First timer, new DraftKings customers, all you have to do is bet $5. That's it, $5. You'll get 200 in bonus bets instantly. So take it to the rack with DraftKings Sportsbook. Every point counts. Download that Sportsbook app. The code is Colin, COLIN, for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets betting just $5. Only on DraftKings, the crown is yours.
This episode is sponsored by Game Time Ticketing app. The start of the NBA season is underway, and you don't want to miss the hype atmosphere of watching a basketball game live. Energy of the fans at the beginning of the season is incredible, and Game Time has a new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier and filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. I like using the Game Time app when I want to attend a concert or comedy show. Game Time Ticketing app is the only ticketing app that gives you complete peace of mind with your purchase. I really like the all-in pricing because it shows how much I'm going to have to pay. I'm looking at the Game Time app right now, and it's really easy to find different tickets and different price points. The NBA season is beginning, and I know your favorite team is going to need your support. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time Picks. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code GREEN for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code GREEN for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? Game time.
We just talked about Steph, but we're going to talk about this dub, this Warrior upcoming season. Also, can the Celtics repeat? NBA offseason moves, who made the best moves? And you know I hate to do it, but I got to ask because you didn't tell me last time. We got to talk about Klay Thompson.
I'm tired of talking about Klay. Forget Klay.
you ain't talk to me. You put me on ice last time. He was like, man, I don't want to talk about it. It's early.
I was hurt. My feelings was
I was
hurt.
like, all right, dog, I'm going to let it slide.
My feelings ain't hurt no more. I'm over it now, and I'm sick of talking about Klay. Klay walked up to me. We was in the gym. Klay walked up to me and he said, Trav was in the gym first. I had left because I had to go to Pilates. Klay was coming in the gym after as Trav saw him. He walked up. Trav, I think, was talking to Kai, talking to somebody. Klay walked up. Oh, you talking to the ops? I'm going to be talking to the ops. So Trav told me later that day. And I said, wow. And Trav was like, is he serious? And I was like, well, he ain't serious. That's just how Klay talk. And that's just that's his sense of humor.
Yeah.
But there is some seriousness to it for sure. So then the next day I'm working out, Klay coming in after. And now I'm talking to Kai. And sure enough, Klay walks up, he says the same thing. Come on, Kai, you can't be talking to the ops. Oh. And when he said that, I told Trav, I said, and now I'm going to run through his chest. because there's some seriousness to that joke.
Yeah.
I know Klay. I know how Klay think. I've been playing with this on the same team with this brother for 12 years. I know how he think. There's a lot of seriousness.
No, for sure.
To that statement.
Well, but you got to think like, one, he gotta stake his claim. You know what I mean? He got to stake his claim with the Mavericks, and he got to go tell the Mavericks, like, look, me and Draymond gonna be on this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they don't like me no more. Like he need for y'all not to like him in order for him to be successful. You know what I mean? When y'all
100%.
match up, he needs y'all not to like him. He don't need it's you know what I mean? Like y'all the ops.
Unfortunately for him, he's gonna get a great tribute video. People gonna be very happy to see him.
Yeah, no,
he's gonna cry.
Yep.
He gonna cry. He probably gonna bring Rocco to the game. People gonna have Rocco signs and soften him up. So unfortunately for him, he has to deal with those emotions.
Yeah.
And he come back on November 12th.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to him. Now, honestly, though, I think that's gonna my hope for Klay is this. My hope for Klay. And my hope for him is that I hope and pray that he go to Dallas and play great. And the reason I hope he go to Dallas and play great is because that will allow him to appreciate what he's done here. Like right now, if I'm totally honest with you, I think it's like a stain on it. Like I feel like it's like a stain on it for him. Yeah. And so many times people don't get to, and Klay hasn't said it's a stain on it, by the way. It's just kind of a little how I feel in my gut.
I was
so
saying
many
that
times
too.
people in the NBA like don't have a place to call home. And to know like again, regardless of how he may feel, he getting a statue here, his jersey going up. He's a legend. This is home forever. You know, like all of that. Like, but you just want him to feel how he's supposed to feel leaving from a place that you built. And I hope that for him. And I feel like, because I just know who Klay Thompson is as a person, I feel like if he go to Dallas and play great, that then he could be like,
he take that?
All right, that's cool. I'm cool now. You know what I'm saying? He's just so competitive, man. And so I just want that for him, bro. Like I want that for him.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, it's almost good for him to have kind of like a new beginning because like y'all built this Warrior thing, right? And at a certain point, like, you know, y'all three, y'all DNA is, you know, stuck in it. You know what I mean? And so with his injuries and coming back, it wasn't like he wasn't playing good or playing. It's just when time started catching up and these young dudes start getting better, you know what I mean? There comes like a compass. You know what I mean? You reach that compass and you gotta say like, you know, as a vet, you like, well, shit, bro, I'm still who I am. You know what I mean? But I think, you know, he probably put more pressure on himself, you know what I mean, to try and be whatever it needed to be for him to feel like, I told you I can do it. So I like him in Dallas, and I want to see him successful in Dallas too, because similar to what you said, he gonna be able to put the Warriors in his own legacy box.
For sure.
And he gonna be able to share a lot of that shit with, you know, his new teammates, you know what I mean? Because now he free, you know what I mean?
100%.
Like, it wasn't no beef. It was just time to move on, you know what I mean? Because that chapter of your life, you can say, you know what I mean? Like, you can own that and say, I built, you know what I mean? I built that. I was a part of building that. And so, you know, it's still a little ickiness just because of just how, like, I'm still good. I'm still better than what you think. And so I can't wait to see y'all play, bro. I can't wait to see y'all play against each other. Oh, wait, I'm gonna have to come to that game. And it's already beef with the Warriors in Dallas anyway. So
for sure.
We might as well just keep that little, you know, situation cracking.
So it's kind of crazy that Klay kind of went and joined the ops.
For real. For real. Hey, man, it may be something to that.
Well, we beat them in the playoff series 2 years ago.
It may be something to that.
It is.
He joined the ops. He joined the ops and called you the ops.
And called me the ops.
On, man.
Like how I become the ops and you joined the ops. It's cool though. Hopefully, the way it shake out, we meet them in the conference finals. which means if we meet them in the conference finals, he definitely had a good year. And
Hell yeah.
unfortunately, it would just have to end, not quite how he wanted, but that would be great.
Come on.
I can't root for him past that.
All right, man. It's season 13 for you. Once again, congratulations on that.
Appreciate it, brother.
I just had an undefeated preseason. You know what undefeated preseason mean? It means, every time y'all do that, it's championship. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people, especially the Dub, Raider fans, everybody feeling this, this ism. You know what I mean? All-Star Weekend is in San Francisco. Man, y'all already playing like this. Like, come on, man. What's the vibes? What is the vibes?
You know what?
Steph coming off a gold medal. Man, what is the vibes?
So check this out. I got all great experiences coming off of gold medals. 2017, we won a championship. 2022, we won a championship. So I got all great experiences coming off of gold medal. Hey, Mr. Curry, catch up.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? How you gonna respond coming off a championship, Steph? Now we gave you your flowers. Now we need to talk. So here's the vibes. I'm gonna give you the vibes on the team. Started off preseason in Hawaii.
Oh,
unbelievable.
Needed
I'm
that.
sorry. I said preseason. Training camp.
Training camp.
In Hawaii.
Yeah.
Training camp. First 4 or 5 days of training camp in Hawaii. First preseason game in Hawaii.
Yep.
The vibes in Hawaii, immaculate.
Crazy.
They take great care of us out there.
Crazy.
Shout out
Did
to
y'all
Hawaii.
stay in that like all the way in that like little remote island?
Turtle Bay.
Yeah, Turtle Bay.
Turtle Bay. Listen, we had a great time, but it was also, you know what was great about it? And we got off to a great start because and speaking of Klay, with Klay leaving and starting this training camp there in Hawaii, it almost felt like the mark of a new thing. You know what I'm saying? Like doing something different, not starting training camp in San Francisco, how we always do. It's a different thing. Everybody had their families out there. So you get to know people, you get to know the guys. Obviously, Hawaii ain't a bad gig.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on, dog.
It was incredible for us. Lindy Waters III hits a game winner to start off the preseason.
I saw that.
Hit the game winner to start off the preseason. Vibes on 10. So now we kind of feeling that. Like, like this felt great. Like, and then, we come back. And now we're back home. It's time to get rolling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we brought the vibes back from Hawaii. I'm a big fan of The Rock. He always talk about the mana. We brought that mana back from Hawaii. And we've had great practices, bro. We've had an incredible preseason, obviously, going 6-0. But it's no surprise to me that we went 6-0 because, the young guys.
I've been grooming them.
Yeah, and they've been working. Them young boys been working. You know what I'm saying? So
man,
seeing them come in when we weren't playing in the preseason and seeing them come in and dominate how they were, it wasn't a surprise because they've been working. And then, getting to see how DeAnthony Melton playing with us, how Kyle Anderson is, how Buddy Hield is, and getting to know these guys. Man, the vibe's been on 10 preseason, one of the best training camps and hardest training camps, I might add. Like, Steve was killing us in camp.
That's crazy.
We had one super long practice. I ain't practiced that long since college. and I'm just like, man, this is nuts. But you know what? Well, we was in every practice. We was in every drill. When I say we, I mean like me, Steph, Loon, guys who've been there. We was in everything because, again, this is a new thing. You got to set a tone. You know what I'm saying? And so I think we did a great job of setting the tone. And we could not have asked for a better training camp, a better preseason than we had. And so speaking of being undefeated in preseason, what happens? It's not that, you won every preseason game. But what it is like when you've done it as many times as we've done it, there's a feeling.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying we're going to go win a championship, but I am saying don't let us win another fucking championship. I am saying that.
So don't let that happen. Don't let
us
going
win
up.
another fucking championship.
It's going up.
And I
It's
love the
going
vibes
up.
on the team. I'm just telling you, they're immaculate.
Yeah.
And, you know, I also think we got a lot of depth.
Yep.
A lot of depth. We got a lot of guys that can play.
Versatility.
1,000%. So
defensive versatility too. You got a lot of dudes who can cover ground, and then you got smart defenders, right? Like you look at somebody like Kyle Anderson, right? And you say like, man, like slow-mo, you know, UCLA, that's my boy.
Yes,
but
sir.
He knows how to read you. You know what I mean? And people who understand know where to be to make shit happen. You feel what I'm saying? So
absolutely.
Like that, all those pieces together start Kuminga. You know what I mean? That's your rim protector. You know what I mean? Y'all, if y'all ground teams, you know what I mean, and just make them play on the ground. Like, don't even let them jump and pass. Make teams play fundamentals. Y'all gonna beat the shit out of everybody.
No, that's a fact, bro. I'm telling you, I think this team has a really, really, really good chance to be special, man. Like really good. And you know, once you become a really good team, then you get down to it. You know, it's matchups, it's who healthy, it's who clicking. I think we got a chance to be doing all of that. So I
like the Hawaii shot, man. We did that a couple times. We did that. I think it was coming off the We Believe year. We did that.
Okay.
Yeah, we was in Turtle Bay. I remember Nelly gave us a day off, but he was like, yo, I'm gonna give you a day off, but y'all got to do some type of team activity. And everybody decided we was gonna go paintballing, bro.
Oh, fire.
Not fire. Hey, bros. It was the worst decision. Yeah, it was the worst decision. It was, I mean, everybody had fun but me, right? Because I'm like, all right, cool. We all going paintball. We separate the teams. You got Jack on this side, him, Andres, Beatrice, couple dudes. I'm on the other side. So when they break, you know, everybody run to their little barriers. So it's like this team barrier over here, boom, this team barrier. So I said, man, let me go in the woods and let me like lay in this little ditch, right? So whoever come across the forest, bam, I'm getting off, right? Bro, they said start, they start crossfire. And I was sitting in the ditch, bro, and all the bullets. Hey, I couldn't move. I was still in there for 30 minutes.
Oh my God.
Like I'm hit. I kept saying I'm hit. And they was just going back and forth. Pow, pow, pow. And I was like, no lie, I was just laying like this. Dude, I had my little paintball gun. I was like, I'm cool.
So you got no kills.
Bro, I got no, when the game started, I was ready to quit. All bullets was headed towards me. Hey, bro, I was in the middle of a crossfire.
You ain't even get no shots off.
Bro, I couldn't even pull the gun up.
Man, this is crazy.
Steven Jackson was coming. Steven Jackson, no, look, he was running in the open.
I bet he was. That sounds familiar.
Boom!
Sounds familiar, Stat.
Hey, dog, I ain't never seen nobody like, he was like Action Jackson. He was hopping over the thing. Boom! It was him and Andre Beatrice. That's when I knew, hey, that boy over there, Beatrice, he raised different. He raised with guns. He probably been shooting guns since he was 6 years old. But Steven Jackson, boy, that boy was hopping off. It was like Call of Duty for him. And he was just running out in the open. I was like, hey, man, I'm cool.
That ain't the first time I've heard a story like that.
Hey, bro.
Involving Stat.
No, I'm telling you.
I'm not sure if it was for paintballs.
I know. He'll tell you. But this is after that. You know what I mean? So I'm looking like, okay, Stack is the realest ever, dog. I ain't never seen, like, we doing paintball and he on the yard, he's serving, coming around, jumping, flipping over the little plastic thing. Boom, get down. You know what? I'm like, come on, Jack. Let's go home, bro.
So this is just who you are, Jack. Got it. Noted.
Kamikaze. Hey, him and Beatrice beat everybody on the other team.
Wow.
And I was laying in the ditch, dog. Just kept saying, I'm hit, so they can stop. What did y'all do in Hawaii? Y'all do any like cool team, you know what I mean?
We went to
Like-
the beach, we kicked it. We ain't go out, nothing like that.
Yeah. Ain't
We
nothing
was
to do
locked
Hawaii,
in, bro. We went to the beach, we kicked it. You know, also, Steve, you ain't give us not one day off in Hawaii. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, we didn't get a day off. But it was cool. You know, we was done by 1 p.m. So we finished practice by 1 p.m. You got the rest of the day in Hawaii. No complaints from me. 0 complaints from me. But yeah, Steve-O ain't give us a day off in Hawaii, but it's all good. If we had to do it all over again with no days off, take me back to Hawaii and we could do it the same way. No complaints from me.
All right, so look, I got a prediction.
What's that?
All right. I'm gonna say a name. All right.
Okay.
Give me a thumbs up. Right?
Perfect.
Draymond Green. Steph Curry. Andrew Wiggins. Kuminga. Buddy Hill.
What's
That's
that?
a starting 5. Thank you.
There it is. Y'all heard it here
There
first.
it is.
Golden State Warriors starting 5.
Did I predict that right?
By boom, this was Baron Davis himself.
Confirm. I was trying to get you to raise your right hand.
Tweet it. Tweet it. Book it.
And be wrong.
Golden State Warriors opening night in Portland, starting 5, has been confirmed and brought to you by none other Baron Davis. There you go.
Man, how you excited about this first game? I mean, it's year 13. How do you feel? First of all, how do you feel going into 13? It's 13.
I feel blessed, man. I feel lucky. I feel I'm excited. I feel appreciative. I feel open to enjoying basketball, enjoying the season, enjoying the grind. My body feel great. My mind is great. Like, my drive is great.
Yeah.
I'm in good shape. Like,
Yep.
man, I feel incredible. I have not felt this good coming into a camp. I've only felt this good coming into a camp out of like an Olympic year.
Yeah.
Like, I feel incredible. I'm so excited. This year for me is all about just taking it all in, man.
Yep.
Like embracing these moments with my teammates, because I'm like, man, last couple of years I just stopped really enjoying it, and it's just been hard. Like the season just been, and I'm like, nah, man, let me enjoy this again. Like, I'm playing basketball for a living. I have loved this since I was 5 years old. Like, let me enjoy this. And so that's where I'm at, man. I feel great. And then it does not help to feel like you got a chance going into the season. You know what I'm saying?
No,
like,
for sure.
That also changes things for me. But man, I feel great. It's kind of put me in a place of like, you know, I've been saying all this time, like, yo, 2 years, that's it.
Shit.
It kind of put me in a place of like,
yeah, you feel it. I'm telling
really
you.
it in 2 years?
You know what it is, bro? It's your rebirth. And I wanted to tell you this. Other dudes in the league look up to you. You know what I mean? You're in 13 now. So this your rose ceremony, right? And I remember like when I was in my 13th year, I was kind of hurt and shit. But all the young dudes, no matter where they play, like, we got to realize that they fuck with you. You know what I mean? So it's a responsibility, you know what I mean, for you to enjoy the game and know that these dudes is a mold. You feel what I'm saying? Of you. And whatever they gonna do to you is because what they learned. So keep that in mind. You feel what I'm saying? 100%. It's like your reverend, everything for your team, but like every time you match up, these young dudes, they look up to you. So that is, and now you have a greater responsibility, you know what I mean?
Right.
Which I think is like, man, I can't wait for this season, bro, because I can see it. Like, you shooting a three, you know what I mean? Like, you know what you need to do. You know what I mean?
1000%.
And like, and these dudes, they look up to you. They coming at you. This is the year where it's like, man, come on, man. This is the year 13 where it's like you done figured it out. It ain't no pressure. It's all fun. And like everything you learn is gonna work. You know what I mean? And so you about to get to relearn really over the next 2 years. The style is about to be your style again. You know what I mean?
For sure.
With more, so even the kid with Steph, you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I think other dudes gonna be coming to you after the game and be like, yo, Dray, I looked up to you, man. I went to your camp, and it's greater responsibility. You feel me?
No, that's a fact, man. And Quincy Olivari, by the way.
Yep, that was crazy.
That moment was so dope. I was actually standing at the free throw line talking to him before the game. I mean, during the game. And he's like, man, I'm a big fan, Draymond. You remember me? And I actually remember him. To see him having those moments, though, like getting off, like, by the way, that kid can shoot the piss out the ball. He can shoot the piss out the ball. But to see him having that moment, man, like, Steph is an icon. Like, and to see him, like Steph changed the game of basketball. And to see that kid, like, have that moment and start crying and, like, bro, that's Steph Curry.
Huge, bro.
Like,
that's dope.
Steph Curry is, like, to these kids, like, kind of like MJ was to us. Like, like, he changed the game of basketball. He changed how we look at the game. To see him have that moment, man, it was so special. And I'm happy he had that moment. I will tell him, that's so great. That's incredible. You had that moment. Always appreciate Steph the way you appreciate him, because you should always get that respect.
Yep.
But now you had that moment. Now you need to pick him up 94 feet when you play him again.
Man, for real.
Now there need to be a healthy, but I'm trying to get at you, my idol and all. And I say this to all the young fellas, like, I love, and like, sometimes I talk shit to young fellas on purpose just to see where they at with it. You know what I'm saying? And I love when they don't back down. I went at Keontae George last year, young fella from Utah. Man, he went at my neck so crazy. I was like, wow. Like, I like that. I told Will Hardy and some of his OGs, I said, I like young fella. He ain't backing down at all. He talking, he hooping. Guys respect that. So for him, like, you had that moment with Steph. That's incredible. You went and earned yourself a two-way, which means you're going to be up in the NBA some. If and when you face Steph Curry again,
it's got to be on.
Check his jersey. Check his jacket.
It's got to be up, man.
If he drop you, if he hit threes on you, that's Steph Curry. He's supposed to do that to you. But if you play well, if you give him a little bit of a hard time, and again, this ain't just Quincy with Steph, this is all these young guys. You are supposed to get dominated by the guys who've been doing it that you grew up watching.
Absolutely.
But you have a right, you have a responsibility to compete with them like never before, number one, because who knows how long you're going to get that opportunity.
Bingo.
Right? Number two, you trying to make a living just like he trying to make a living. Well, he making this living now that made it, but was once trying to make a living. And guys respect you more when you go at them now. Steph ain't going to be like, oh, man, I don't like him anymore. Like, nah. You get more.
He know
respect
you're a fan
by
now.
doing that. 100%.
If I know you're a fan, and you're always gonna be a fan, and you don't go at me, I know I got an easy win right here because he my friend. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I done made a friend before the game. He a fan. He ain't gonna do much. You know, and I would say the hardest thing is hell, playing against a Jason Kidd, John Stockton, you know what I mean? Like,
Man, you
I was
played
a
against
fan.
John Stockton too?
Bro, I played against John Stockton, bro.
That's
I
crazy.
played
And J Kidd. I
3
played against J
minutes,
Kidd.
my first game, and he ripped me and stole the ball twice, and I sat on the bench.
Wow.
And he pushed me into a pick, and I hit him with one, though. For sure.
Got to.
Tim Hardaway played against him in the playoffs. He was my idol. You know what I mean? And it's like, dog, I'm a fan. I'm nervous. But my nervous energy was like, oh, bro, I got to pick these dudes up full court. You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
If I can get their respect, you know what I mean? If I can get their respect after the game, win, lose, or draw, it's like, I want them to know my name. Not like, oh, this BD. Like, they got to be thinking about me, like, on the calendar. You feel what I'm saying?
Sure. 100%.
And so that's what the kid he got to come with that now, because everybody know you're a fan of Steph. So they're going to think one thing, you got to show them another thing. You feel what I'm saying?
That's a fact. I had the two guys I was starstruck by when I came into the league. Shaq had just retired. Shaq was my all-time favorite player of all time. Like, my number one favorite player is Shaquille O'Neal by far. It's my guy. But Shaq had just retired. But when I first time I had met Shaq, man, that shit was so surreal for me. Like, yo, you just met Shaq Diesel. It was crazy. But the two guys that it was for me is, I always tell people this story, and they could quickly guess the first one, but can never guess the second one. The first one is obviously Kobe. Kobe, I remember we was playing a preseason game, and I had just finished doing my shooting time, and the rookie, you shoot early.
Yeah.
And I had just finished my shooting time, and then we was like supposed to go in the back and like do some weight stuff and some other stuff, get your body works on, whatever. And you had like these time slots. When I was about to leave out from my shooting time, Cole walked on the court. I had sat at the end of the bench, and my eyes just tracked.
Yeah.
Him walk all the way down the court. Before I knew it, I had sat there and watched him do a 35-minute workout and just sat there like this the entire time. And he walked off, and I just tracked him as he walked off to the tunnel. And then I got up and I was like, oh, man, I'm so sorry. I was late. I had missed all my times. I didn't get my times. Yeah. But it was cold. And then the second one, people never guess. It's also a part of the reason I was a little more crushed about the USA team. Because the other person I was starstruck by was actually Grant Hill. And people never guess G Hill, but people don't remember G Hill. Like when I was coming up as a kid, Grant Hill in them turquoise Pistons uniforms.
Hey, bro, he was sick.
Crazy.
Bro, he was sick.
G Hill coming out full speed, hit you with that hezzy go.
With the hezzy cross, the in and out, man, he booming on you too.
But, like G Hill was crazy. And so those were the two guys for me that I was most starstruck by when I came in the league. And I remember my first time seeing G Hill, we was about to play the Clippers. He came out and huddled us when he was hurt. And the start lineup was happening. And when he came out, he walked down. And when he walked out the tunnel, the lights was down, and they had just finished as started lineups. He's walking out, and he walking across to the Clippers bench, and I saw him come out the tunnel, and my eyes just tracked, and I watched, and I was just watching him walk. And Richard Jefferson came and tapped me on my shoulder like, it's all right, young fella. It's all right, young fella. That's G Hill. It's cool. And I was like, oh, man, my bad. And he was like, nah. He was like, I actually had a moment like that with David Robinson, who was my idol.
Like that, bro.
He was like, we played him in the NBA Finals, though. He said, once I realized we was about to lose the finals, either 4-1 or 4-0, 4-0, I think they lost. He said, I was standing at the free throw line next to him. Game 4 was pretty much over. And I told him, like, well, now that this is over, I guess I can tell you my favorite player growing up, man. But RJ actually caught me just staring and watching G Hill walk down.
Everybody had their moments. You know what I mean? It's like when you get to the league, it's like, man, like, yo, this is really like, yo, it's a surreal moment because you playing with the basketball cards as a kid, you sneaking to watch games when you can't fit them in the family time. Then when you get in a position of authority, you watching, them become superstars. Then you're on this court with them. It's like, damn, like, hold on, bro. I'm really on the court with
Facts.
one of these ones, dog.
Yeah.
And I can't really be like, hey, man, I want to tell you how dope you are. You know what I mean? How big. You can't say none of that shit. You got to bottle that up.
You got and just go.
And hide it and tuck that all the way to the left. You know what I mean? Because
Facts.
them dudes ain't fans of yours until you make them.
That's a fact. You have to, or they're just going to disrespect you if not.
Man, they just going to walk past you. You know 100%. What I mean? Like, that's what I played for, man. I wanted to earn. When I walk in the room, people, oh, that's BD.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? That's it. You feel like, I think that's the upper echelon. When like the Hall of Famers, the legends, it's like, man, they know your name. You one of them ones. You know what I mean? You're one of one, right? When you say Draymond Green, you know you are a one of one. You are a mold.
For sure.
You feel what I'm saying?
For
you
sure.
are a mold. For me, I got a chance to play against Grant Hill, not like the Grant Hill with the Pistons. I was afraid, him and T-Mac teaming up in Orlando.
Yeah.
But that never happened. But when he did play, he was in Phoenix. And you always know how great, I always say this, you always know how great a player is when they're a shell of themselves and they're still great.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
Like this dude ain't played basketball in 2 years, starting on a, top team in Phoenix, still play defense, still can't handle like he was still getting busy.
Facts.
You know what I mean? I happen to have my Grant Hill moment running down the court because when I was with the Warriors, you know what I mean? I catch him on the island. I catch him on the island. And it's like, oh man, this is Grant Hill. Oh, it's Grant Hill. You know what I mean?
For sure.
You're like, come on, young fella. I'm like, man, this is you, Grant Hill. You know what I'm saying? But for him to be out there and to be like I always say, no matter if you hurt, you know what I mean? The injuries that man went through, to still be one of the best players in a mind and still be effective and still be able to get money. He was well into his 30s. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like well into his 30s, hadn't played in a while and was still balling. Yeah. That's when you know somebody, like their mind and their skill and their greatness. Like it's a lot of dudes that are great and are superstar players. As they get older, they only were superstars playing like that. You feel what I'm saying?
For sure. For sure.
And so it's like, you look at some dudes be like, oh man, this dude he was crazy for 4 years scoring, but like that skill don't transfer as you get older unless you are a very skilled, intelligent player.
So speaking of which, you speaking on Grant Hill being a shell of himself. There was a moment on TV this week. It really pissed me off. So I would love to get your take on it. I'll give you mine.
Okay.
But the moment was, again, you speaking of injury and being a shell of yourself. The moment was Kendrick Perkins telling Kawhi he need to retire.
That's sick coming from Kendrick Perkins. That's sick coming from him. Bro, that's sick. That's sick, bro.
I mean, I was baffled when I heard him say it.
That's sick coming from Kendrick Perkins.
Because I just think, as an athlete, to know that a guy who people has questioned, like, whether he's cheated the game, but clearly, as you look at this what's happened over time, the man ain't cheated the game. He got better from the time that he came into the NBA. He improved everything, ball handling, shooting, you name it. And he started to get hurt, won championships, hasn't been the healthiest guy. people questioned whether he was really faking or whether he's clearly the man wasn't faking.
Yeah, why do you question that?
To say, like, to hear Perk say, yeah, he need to retire. He need to consider retiring. I thought that was crazy because
That was sick, dude.
Perk last 3 years in the NBA. Nobody was pushing him to retirement, and everybody probably should have. My man averaged 2.5 points for 3 years straight. Like 2.5, 3.5, 2. Like, and nobody was really pushing you to retire. Guys like Bron and KD was actually inviting him to the team. Like, he was kind of, he was kind of cheerleading for him. And, and to push this man towards retirement, like, obviously the man want to play. He play every chance he get. He go out there, he try to play, and he come back still looking like Kawhi Leonard.
Balling. Yeah.
But it not being, the man averaged 20 points, 50% from field, 40% from three last year.
That when you average 2.
Like, and you gonna try to kick him out the league? Like, tell him he needs to retire?
Not when you average 2, bro. You can't walk in that. You can't walk in that room. If you average 2, you can't walk in that room, bro.
You can't do that. You're not allowed to do that.
You can't. You ain't even allowed in the door. Y'all allowed in. You feel what I'm saying?
Like,
the only reason why you got there because you're on the championship team.
That's it. And by the way, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm a guy that averaged 20 points a game. But,
no, but you in that room.
But
you in that room.
It's a little different.
Yeah, you in that room. When you say Kawhi, come on, that's a 1-on-1. Like, it's almost like I understand what Perk was saying and how he was trying to deliver it, but it shouldn't be delivered from him. You know what I mean? You average 2. You feel like on the real, you average 2, bro. You know what I'm saying? And like, come on, bro. Like, okay, this is the media. Okay, we in the media too now, okay? You in the media. I understand hot takes and all that shit for ESPN and you know what I mean? But you average 2 and you speaking on, you know what I mean? You damn near like you discredit yourself.
Yes.
When you speak on another dude and his injuries, knowing how the shit we got to go through mentally, psychologically. This man is great.
Yes.
He finals MVP, all-star. Every time he
finals MVP.
2-time finals MVP. You feel me? Why is this man, you think he not trying to play? Why is he at training camp? You think he not trying to play? So you're going to say, oh, and then you're going to throw the injury, because people experience, you ain't experienced shit. You know, like, dog, you ain't experienced what he experienced. So leave that alone. And in this brotherhood, like, man, you don't speak on nobody like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's a hierarchy. You know what I mean? It's a hierarchy. And I understand we in the media and shit. But if we hooping, everybody in the media needs to understand it's a pecking order.
For sure.
If you ain't one of them ones, shut the hell up.
You should, and it's
pass that to Paul or KG because it's gonna you know what I mean, because they're gonna be better to articulate that. 100%. But you ain't articulating that right, and it's not coming from like we ain't catching that the way it's, you know what I mean, on ESPN and all. Like, damn, bro, the season ain't even started, and I don't know. And that shit, I don't feel that shit.
I think it's very simple. I think a great skill in life, and a very important skill, is knowing how to read the room. And obviously he ain't reading the room, he on TV, but like, you got to read the room. Like, that man, 2.5, 3.5, 2.5, Perk, you can't push that man to retire. Man, just average 20 points.
People is pulling you in. You know what I mean? They pulling you into the league, right? Facts. You ain't even really like, on the real, you taking you done probably took 3 years of a young dude's salary, you know what I mean? Because what?
Exactly. Can't do that.
you can't speak ill will on no man that's performing at a high level, you know what I mean? Who injured? You don't know his injuries.
You don't.
You don't know nothing about his injuries. And that's what I hate when we start switching up on this media shit, thinking like it gotta be a hot take. Nah, bro. Like sometimes just park it. Pass that shit to KG and Paul.
Perk also let out by saying, and this ain't no hot take. That's like saying, hey, no disrespect,
come on,
but
man.
I'm about to disrespect. If I tell you,
Yeah.
yo, no disrespect, I'm about to disrespect you. Like, hey, this ain't a hot take. It's a hot take. Like, stop.
Bro, that's all it is.
It's a hot take, bro. Stop.
This may sound like a hot take. I mean,
no disrespect, but I'm sorry to bother you, but can I get a picture? You're not sorry. Just ask for the
man,
picture.
you're not sorry.
You're not sorry.
Hey, I'm sorry to bother you, but like I know you're eating. I know you're eating, but do you want to take a picture? Hell no.
No,
bro. I want to sit here and eat my food. I didn't come here to take pictures when I'm trying to eat. You know,
but I'm sorry.
I don't want to be.
I
mean, that's all right, Park, man. All right. So, man, look, jokingly, you know, and this is just a joke. Before we end the upcoming Warrior season conversation, I have to ask you: should I be worried about you? Hey, Doc, that shit was classic. Hey, bro. Hey, I was on the IG and I said I ain't worried about them. Oh, bro, they start coming at me.
Hey, it's crazy. My man said, "Yo, people are worried about you." I couldn't believe he said that to me. I was like, people are worried about. Like, what does that mean? Like, what? Tell me exactly what it is that they are worried about. Like,
what are they worried about?
I'm doing incredibly well, possibly better than them.
the best that I've ever done in my life to this point.
But that's neither here nor there. I'm just forget how if it's better than them or I'm doing incredible. My wife's doing amazing. My kids are doing amazing. Life's great. Family's good. Everybody's healthy. I'm great. So again, help me understand who's worried and what exactly are they worried about? The reality is that guy always chases like stuff with me. You think I've like disrespected him or like never given him a quote or blah. The reality is I don't really take him very seriously because he's just
that pissed him off.
Yeah, he's kind of just like an older guy. Like my grandmother would be mad if I like got upset at him. Like he's an older guy. So I kind of don't take him serious.
Yeah.
Because it's like he's always chasing like something with me. And so I really just don't take him serious. And when he said it, I was a little bit thrown off, but it was just like,
yeah, bro, what?
I don't know though. So I listen, it was awkward to like that.
And
that started my press conference.
That was the first question?
It was within the first three questions for sure. It was within the first three questions.
Dude. Everything. What? Is that what we on? We on this today?
Is that what we're on? By the way,
this today, huh?
So, and he just showed me what type of time he's on. The reality is this: most people, like this guy, always pick with me. Most players probably would have tried to get him banned by now. At the end of the day, bro, do your job. I'm not going to try to get you banned. I don't care about doing none of that.
Anyway.
Yeah, like it is
bro,
what
I
it
used
is.
to go to the media. The dudes who used to fuck with me, I used to read all their articles. And then when they would talk to me, I'd be like, dude, you're the worst fucking reporter I ever met. Let's have a writing contest. Oh, I go at him. I'm like, dude, your shit is terrible. I bet you can't write. Let's have a writing contest. I ain't even tripping on you because you're not even good at your job.
Exactly.
I read everything you wrote about me. Ain't really had no flow, no real story, and it was inaccurate. So, like, you want to have a writing contest? Oh, that pissed him off. When you tell him that Bro, you're
I
not a
can
good
do your
writer.
job
It's
better
like,
than
you're
you.
right. Bro, you write excerpts in the paper. Get out of here, bro. You're not like no journalist. Yeah, it's always that one.
Yeah, I
It's
have a
just like, man,
pretty
I want to
great
take him
relationship.
down. Like, why you want to take
Hey, bro, what I
Draymond?
do to
What
you?
Draymond do to you, bro?
I do to you. By the way, I don't want to take you down. Like, I don't even have the
Right.
time
I'm not even
nor
thinking
energy
about you.
to even try
Yeah.
to take you
I'm not
down.
worried about you.
Don't matter
Nobody I'm talking to is worried about you.
at
So
all.
why are you talking to all these people that's worried
Exactly.
about me?
Exactly.
This shit don't make no
So,
sense.
most, like I said, I probably have a great relationship with probably 97 to 98% of media. And
Yeah.
I have no problems, no issues. I respect the job. Even the
Yeah.
guy always trying to pick on me, I respect it. Do your job. Unfortunately, I don't think he got the answer he was quite looking for. And
Yeah.
I do apologize because I do try my best to give people the answers that they're looking for. So I apologize to him. But yeah, moving along.
I say as a dad, LeBron and Bronny playing together. I think this shit is dope.
Fire.
You faced both of them in the preseason, right? They didn't play together, but Bronny had a solid game in the last one. There was a report out that said the Warriors passed up on Bronny to respect the wishes of LeBron James. Cool for the Warriors to say something like that or to do something like that? Your thoughts?
I think it's great for the Warriors to say and do that because the reality is they could have drafted Bronny. And I think after watching Steph and Bron in the playoffs, you probably look back on it like, dang, we probably should have tried to lure him away because that thing just looked incredible watching them two in the Olympics together. In saying that, I think number one, Bronny and Bron playing together.
Incredible.
It's insane. Like
incredible.
And anybody who hating on that, like
you're
hate
out.
yourself.
You're out the clique, bro.
Yeah, hate yourself.
You're out the
Like,
brotherhood. Get out of here.
if you're hating on that at all, hate yourself because there's absolutely nothing to hate about with that. Number one. To play against Bronny, especially the second game, the last game of the preseason. My only thing to Bronny is this. Brother, if you're going to fail, and I actually said to him, hey, man.
Go out guns blazing,
if you're going to fail on your terms.
Yep, go out guns blazing, baby.
You know how to play basketball. And some of this time I'm watching you play and you acting like you don't know how to play basketball. The one thing I know you know how to do is you know how to play basketball, bro. I'm like, hey, man, just play your game. If you're going to fail because you failed playing like you know how to play. Don't fail because you ain't doing what you know how to do.
Yeah, don't ask for permission.
Yeah, and to see him have that last game that he had, I enjoy watching it because the scrutiny that he's under for the 55th pick, if you go to the average NBA fan and ask them, give me the 55th pick of the last 10 years, they probably can't get two of them right.
Two. Absolutely.
Cannot get two of them right. And so the scrutiny that he's under, you don't hear about the first pick. You don't hear it about the second pick. You don't hear it about the third pick. But for some reason, all of a sudden, because African-American dad and his African-American ass son are now on the same NBA team, like we don't see this in corporate America every day. Like we don't see this in ownership of NBA teams every day. Like we don't see this in lawn services every day, construction companies every day. Like we don't see this all over the place. And people want to act like the 55th pick, that if his name wasn't LeBron James Jr., they wouldn't care, they wouldn't know, and they want to act like, man, look, he had a bad game. What did you expect, by the way, from the 55th pick? Quite frankly, if I'm honest.
I think he's 19 still, right? Ain't he
like 19. And guess what? If I'm honest, the 5th pick that comes into the NBA after 1 year of college ain't ready to play in the
No,
NBA.
nobody
So
is, bro.
to act like the 55th pick supposed to be just ready to go in the NBA on day one, like, you're just a hater because it's unfair and it's whack. And the last thing I'm going to say about Bronny is this. When he get the ball, stop fucking cheering like he don't know how to play and like he not in the NBA. You make it so much harder when an NBA player get the ball in the crowd. Oh, like, an NBA player, let me go play, because you're making this like some phenomenon when I'm on the court. Like, and I just want to go play basketball. So stop with the whole every time he get the ball, y'all go crazy. Like, relax. Let that man play basketball. Ain't nobody coming to y'all job every time it's time for you to, you trying to do so. Like, ain't nobody coming to y'all job doing that. Stop going to that man's job and he get the ball and you start going crazy and like he got to do something, because you're not giving him a fair shot to be successful.
Yep.
Get that young man a fair shot to be successful. He worked his ass off to get to where he at. And regardless of how you feel he got there, he there. So give him a fair chance. Stop, like he can't play. I hate when people do that. That's an NBA player. Stop it.
Come on. All NBA players, whether you like them or not, they got game. The one on the fringes in the G League and the two-way. I like Bronny game. One, Crossroads alumni, so I'm a fan. You know, the SC thing, I'm glad he got out of there. But I didn't think, oh my God, SC, like, Bronny, you should have been UCLA. We ain't gonna even get into that. You know, I had to hate on him a little bit when he went to SC, but I also didn't, when I saw him at SC, I was like, this kid does not belong in college.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because he's a good player and he can fall into being a good player in college and a glue dude, or he can go to the league and become a point guard at 6'2" with his build, his athleticism, right? And so he's going to get so much better, bro.
Yeah.
Right? And how about this? His daddy, who he on the team with, is the greatest player ever played, one of the greatest players ever played. Okay, so look at that ism. So that ism gonna fall. He 19. He can jump out the gym. He fearless. Bronny, no permission, bro. We not asking for no permission, homie. I don't give a fuck if we turn it over, steals, blocks. Like, you got to just go and learn. You know what I mean? That's all he got to do is just go and learn, because he is getting better. And I was telling people, bro, Summer League is the worst time to judge somebody.
Facts.
Once you in training camp and you start seeing where you fit in, and like everybody, when you get to the league, I don't give a fuck how good you are. You better figure out how you become some part of the glue.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Exactly. Or you unglued, you out.
1,000%.
Right? So he's smart enough to know how to fit in. He's smart enough to know how to play. He just got to be able to say, you know what? I don't give a fuck. If y'all don't think I deserve it, I didn't show you.
Exactly.
Oh, well, I'm in. You know what I mean?
And
if it's a party, I'm going to dance too. You know, that's it. And I think him doing that, but I also say this is good for the Lakers, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because LeBron has more responsibility to be a great teammate to everybody on the team, bro.
100%.
You can't be the Kobe thing now.
Yep.
You can't be what you used to be. You kind of got to be a little bit engaged. You kind of got to be a little bit coach, mentor in a different way, right? And then having your son there, it's like you got to leave all the goodness so he can continue.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So you got to treat everybody on the team 10 times better than you treated them last year. You can't walk by nobody. You know what I mean? So like the level of leadership is now, it has to be outside of King James. It's got to be like, I got to show my son, I got to show these young dudes the way.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's 1,000% a fact. And I think Bron, just like any other responsibility he's ever had, He gonna shoulder it. He gonna excel in it, and it ultimately will help Bronny.
Yeah.
And I would say the last thing I would say about Bronny is, if I'm Bronny, anytime I check into an NBA game, if the point guard is bringing the ball up the floor, I'm picking you up full court. Every time. As long as I'm in that game. And I say this to all young guards, by the way. If you're not a starting point guard in the NBA, when you come in the game, I ain't saying you got to be Patrick Beverly turning the guy, like, but you better be up there just to turn him a couple times, just so he ain't walking the ball up, he ain't comfortable. Because if you're going to let these guards, starting guards like yourself, just walk you up to the spot that they want to get you to, you dead.
It's over.
So that would be my word to Bronny is anytime you just step foot in an NBA game, you go pick up the point guard and you go pick him up 94 feet every time.
Yeah, that's your moment to introduce yourself.
100%.
Yo, what's up, Jason Kidd, man? I'm BD. I've been watching. I'm about to pick you up full court. What's up, Nick Van Exel? Full court. Sam Cassell tell you, man, what are you doing over here? Yeah. Well, you better get back there. You know what I mean? But like, you develop that relationship, and that is the first initial way you earn respect, bro.
Yeah, that's a fact. And switching over to the East, speaking a little bit about the West, we're going to switch to the East, where obviously the current world champions reside for now. Do you think the Celtics will come back out of the East again? Last time team repeated, I'm just saying, I ain't, no pun intended, was 2017-18.
Dubs, baby.
Dubs, That's what we got going. Do you think the Celtics will be the team to come out of the East? The Knicks made their moves. Philly made some moves. What you think of the moves? Who you got coming out the East?
I play for the Knicks, so I'm rocking with the Knicks. I gotta say the Knicks gonna come out the East this year. I think the Karl Anthony Towns trade allowed them to match up with Boston with Al Horford at the 5 or Porzingis at the 4. You can use Cat in that, trail 5 position. You got OG, you got Bridges, Jalen Brunson, and then a bunch of scrappy dudes like Josh Hart. He gonna play hard, he gonna make big shots. But I think having Cat coming into that trail 5, now you can't double Brunson. Brunson is one of the best post-up guards, in the league, and him down below the free throw line is dangerous for any guard. So, I think it's a great matchup because they do have guys who can defend a Jayson Tatum, who can defend a Jaylen Brown, I think Jalen Brunson is probably one of the most difficult people I've seen. Nobody can guard this dude, man.
I mean, Jalen Brunson is damn good. I think in order to guard Jalen, though, you have to put size on him. Like you can't, to think that you're going to put a guard his size or smaller on him, you're not going to speed him up.
Right.
So if a smaller guard not going to speed him up, then they have no chance because he's just going to use his body, going to get this spots raised up over him. So I think in order to guard Jalen Brunson, you have to guard him with size. Sometimes that may not even be a guard. Like I told you, I've said before, when we played the Mavericks, when Jalen Brunson was there, right before he left to New York, I guarded him that series. Because he want to get to that midi. You know what I'm saying? He want to get into the paint, body you. And so I can take the shoulders. Like that's what we do in the post. So I guarded him. Like you have to guard him with size.
Yeah.
If you do have size on him, then the Cat and Jalen Brunson pick and roll, you can switch.
Yeah.
I also think the problem and I think you tripping, they don't have a chance at beating the Celtics. And the problem that they're going to have is the Celtics defensively. Al Horford, I'm telling you, people don't often give Al Horford. Al Horford is going to give Cat some trouble.
Big time.
Al Horford defensively, man, especially come playoff time. He may not care all season, but come playoff, Al Horford is going to give Cat fits. The Boston Celtics also have a lineup where they can switch Jayson Tatum on the Cat. They can switch Drew Holiday on the cat. They can switch Jaylen Brown on the cat.
Why do
So
you think that? Because he just pick and pop.
yeah, he pick and pop, and by the time he walked down to the post, those guys have so much length. Like they have so much length to where they may not have the girth. Although Drew Holiday, I bet you can guard cat in the post. Like Drew Holiday.
Yeah, I don't put nothing past Drew Holiday. That's a Bruin, by the way. You know, Bruins can do all things. You know,
I ain't going that far, but like I think I know for sure that Boston will be able to guard them. And so with that being said, I just don't think they're going to be able to guard Boston because JB got to check. Cat, you got to check. Like everybody on Boston is a threat. Like, and so you can't have weak links on your defense.
Or lapses.
And I'm not saying Cat is a weak defender. I'm not saying JB are weak defenders. I'm saying they better come in locked in and focused if they think they're going to compete with that team. And me personally, I like the Knicks, but I don't think they can compete with the Boston Celtics. I just don't think so.
What about the Sixers or anybody else? I mean, who do you think? Okay, so it's Boston. Who do you think is 2, 3, and 4 in the East?
Okay, I got Boston. I got the Knicks. And by the way, I'll even go a step further. The Knicks may end up even being the number 1 seed because sometimes you can come off a championship and the Knicks going to come out hungry trying to win every game in Boston.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're just trying to get back to the playoffs and you may drop a couple here and there. So that could happen. Nonetheless, the best teams in the East will be Boston.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Knicks will ultimately be better than Philly.
Okay.
Orlando.
Oh.
And then I think you have Indiana.
Oh.
Oh, man, I forgot about Milwaukee. Let me rewind. Boston's the best team.
All right, yeah, exclude Boston. So next
then you got
Knicks,
Milwaukee.
Sixers.
I'm sorry. I'm taking Milwaukee.
Then the Knicks?
No, Knicks, Milwaukee. Knicks, Milwaukee.
Sixers.
Magic. No, not Sixers. Knicks, Milwaukee.
Wait, you ain't rolling with the Sixers?
I'm going to tell you why in a second.
Yeah,
Knicks, Milwaukee, Magic, Pacers.
And
then I'll roll with the Sixers. Sixers will be in 5th or 6th place.
What about the Heat?
The Heat will be in the play-in.
Cleveland?
I think Cleveland has a chance to be one of those teams.
One of those 4 or 5.
They have a chance, but they're going to have to figure it out fast. And, they got a new coach. I think Kenny's going to do great. I'm just not sure how fast they can figure it out. But the East is tough, man. But in saying that, yeah, my problem with the Sixers is they already hurt. And we know they struggle with injury.
Who's hurt?
Joel, I keep hearing Joel knee not good at all.
Oh, damn.
PG now dealing with the knee hyperextension. Wow. Joel, and probably not PG, ain't playing back-to-backs. So you giving those games away.
Yeah.
And them teams, you're going to need them wins. And so that's why
especially the Boston, yeah.
For sure. So that's why I don't think Philly's going to be in the top 4 or 5. They could be 5 or 6, but I don't think they are going to be up there at the upper echelon of them East teams. I don't see it.
I do like Indiana. I like Indiana. They play hard. They got good guard play. They play defense. I like Indiana.
Yeah, I like Indiana as well.
I like them over, and I do like Orlando. That's my boy Jamal Mosley, but I do like Indiana a little bit more than I do Orlando. But that Paulo, he's sick. He's something else.
And they brought in a guy like KCP. I think that's going to be a huge
they got KCP. That's going to help them.
I think that's going to help them a lot.
They still need a point guard, though.
They do. I think Jalen Suggs is a backup.
Yeah, he or a good combo guard. You know what I mean? To start, but they definitely need. Maybe they. Yeah. Well, what you think gonna happen in Atlanta, bro?
It's over for Atlanta.
Okay,
it's a wrap.
Man.
They
had the number 1 pick.
Yep, they might have the number one pick again.
Damn.
So it's over for Atlanta, Chuck. Young boy about to get paid though, Jalen Johnson. They better pay the young
yeah,
fella.
he nice. That kid is nice. He gonna be all right. I mean, that's the East, but getting out the West ain't gonna be easy either, man. You got the Thunder upgraded, right? Kings upgraded.
and
Yeah.
Caruso.
Yeah.
Debo.
Timberwolves upgraded. Okay.
And it's no disrespect to Julius or Cat. I just think like it's going from Cat to Julius, the thing that gets you over the hump. I don't think that Cat was your number one issue, so I don't think that's the thing to get you over the hump. I just think ultimately the Timberwolves and Tim Connolly is one of the better GMs in the NBA. I just think Tim Connolly like we can come back with this same team and it's still not going to be enough. So we do have to try something,
Yeah.
And I feel like that's kind of where Minnesota was. It's like you kind of got to try something because you just know it wasn't enough before. And so I kind of view that trade more as that. Like now the Knicks getting Cat, I think
that was good for them.
I think that could be a higher upside for them.
For sure.
But in saying that, I think.
But I do think the sleeper in this is DiVincenzo.
No, he's a sleeper in it for
like
sure.
For somebody like that, they didn't have none of that at all. Last year was just really depending on how Ant played and Cat, showing up, Rudy showing up, and then everybody else would have a game or two, but they didn't have like somebody who was just a spark. You know what I mean? Like a scoring spark, like with an attitude too from guard play.
Well, for sure. And I think Dante can be that and Dante will be that. But again, I still think it boils down to their number one problem that they had is still the number one problem that they have.
And
so until you correct the number one issue that you have, adding a Dante is great. I think that's incredible. I even think Julius can come out and play great. But until you correct the number one issue that you have, you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to keep getting what you're getting.
It looked like the Kings are starting to upgrade. It's looked like they building, the team to try and catch on after y'all beat them in the playoffs. And DeMar, how you feel about the Kings?
I like obviously DeMar is, 23 plus thousand points in this league. Like
Hall of
that
Famer.
Goes without saying. Hall of Famer for sure. Anytime you can add a Hall of Famer, I think you add a Hall of Famer. And saying that, I do think adding DeMar is going to change the way they play a little bit. But DeMar is good enough to change the way you play a little bit. And that's just kind of what it boils down to. I think what it ultimately does is when they get down to the nitty-gritty in the playoffs and in these big games, I think it relieves the pressure of Sabonis to need to score. Because now DeMar and Fox going to have the ball and some Monk that you don't have to have Sabonis trying to score down the stretch where it can get tougher. Like, you can make it harder on Sabonis down the stretch when they letting you really body back and not call it ticky-tack fouls. Like, you can make it a little tougher on him. And I think that added DeMar, that takes that away from him out.
It takes him from being a focal point.
100%.
Right? Because a big part of like their offense depend on him. You know what I mean? But it depends on him like getting going early. Every time he get it. Then you know what I mean? And so like after a while, if and he's a great player, if it ain't no flow, then the next thing is like, all right, De'Aaron, you take over. Monk, you take over. Right? I think DeMar coming in and kind of takes some of that pressure off of him, having to go so hard, so early, so fast, either pick up fouls, you know what I mean? Like, he get into a lot of little murky little foul trouble and things like that because he has to be that focal point of that offense. So hopefully that'll ease some of that pressure off of him. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. No, 100%. I think it will. And I think like that's kind of one of the things that they have been trying to figure out, when in these big games and stuff. And so I think that ultimately takes that away. Now, and adding DeMar, and he shot the ball well in the preseason, but he got to keep on shooting them. You lose like having a Herder, with the floor spacing and all that. But again, you replace Herder with DeMar DeRozan any day of the week. So that's neither here nor there. I think they definitely upgraded for sure.
Hell yeah.
Breakout player, you got any breakout guys, young fellas, any other guys that
Yes.
you expecting to break out this year?
I think Jalen Green.
That's a great one.
I think him and the big dude, I call him Sengun. I like him. I think he's gonna have a breakout year. Cade Cunningham is gonna be an all-star this year. I do. I like that dude. That's my guy.
Nice.
I think Cade Cunningham becomes an all-star this year. And
even winning 2 games?
Now they gonna win some games.
You don't say.
I think Detroit is gonna win some games. Like they got a different coach, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's the coach now?
Is JB Bickerstaff.
Bingo. They got a new coach. So now you're gonna see they were in a lot of games last year. They just couldn't figure out how to finish. And then a lot of times he was keeping them in games. So I just think he's gonna have a breakout year. And then my comeback player of the year, another breakout year, Trey Man in Charlotte.
Okay. I like that.
What about you?
My breakout player, I'm gonna go Jonathan Kuminga. I think JK is due for a big year. I think he's gonna take some huge steps. So I'm gonna go JK. I like your Jalen Green pick. I'll tell you that's a really great pick. So I applaud you on that one. My second breakout player of this year, I am going to go with Devin Vassell. I think Devin Vassell is going to have a really big year for the Spurs. Everybody's talking about Wemby next to CP, but people tend to forget JJ Redick next to CP. And Devin Vassell, they run a lot of sets for. They get him coming off screens. He can shoot the ball. CP going to find him. CP also going to help him out more in his pick and roll game. I think Devin Vassell is going to have a breakout big year for the San Antonio Spurs.
I like his game. I think the Spurs going to be a team to reckon with.
Absolutely. Like,
they're gonna beat some people. Hell yeah. They're gonna beat
some people for sure. I don't think they get into the playoffs, but they definitely gonna beat some people. That's for sure.
I like that. Vassell, that's a good ass call right there. That Vassell, that's a good call.
I appreciate it.
I think Kevin Porter Jr. too, if the Clippers let him rock. You got him and James, 2 lefties. Come on, yo.
2 lefties just don't feel right though. It feels too left. Both of them can rock, of course.
But him coming off the bench, you know what I mean?
I feel like a lot of left hands. I'm just saying. A lot of left hands. But they both are nice. Before we get out of here, man, opening night of the last season of Inside the NBA, I want to drop a tear, as I'm sure most people do. But can you share share maybe your favorite moment when you worked on that show?
Man, I think every time I worked, it was just a privilege because you get to be around Shaq. Usually I would come in and if Kenny was on the road, they'd have me come in. Got to rock with Barkley, who a legend, and if there's no Barkley, there's no us in media. I remember the time I did fill in for Barkley, I put a bunch of snacks in his drawer, and I was going through his drawer during the show, putting the snacks out. But the thing I love about the show is they encourage you to try spontaneous shit, and then I say when we not on the show, the best part is the camaraderie, getting to know people. You play against these dudes all your life, or you idolize them. You idolize them, but you never really get a chance to have a conversation and to see them be normal people. And so that's where my joy was. Obviously I beat Shaq to the board when we was running, but every little thing was cool. Every time I filled in, it was just it was a cool situation. I thought I got a chance to like show my personality.
Mhm.
And then I did the players only thing too when they ran that for a year. So that was hella cool working with C Web too. Seeing C Web and KG like meet for the first time.
That's
Like
great.
that was the craziest shit I'd ever seen in my life, man. When Chris Webber met Kevin Garnett at TNT on the first day of Players Only. So I was like, that was a moment where I was like, damn, dog, we playing this game for so long and like we never get a chance to give the people roses that we battle against. You know what I
Right,
mean? And
right.
so like that was kind of like my approach on the stove. It's like I want the young dudes to know we love them. You know what I mean? We give them their roses. And then also like just being in that company was incredible.
100%. Nah,
Oh
it's
yeah, you know what? I won the Indy 500 shit. We had the cars.
uh-huh.
We had the we was racing kids though on the Indy drag racing. I smoked everybody, Candace Parker, everybody, bro. You know, that's old
Okay.
South Central. That's my old South Central ways. I get in. What about you? What was, I mean, you've been on the show and you know, I like the addition. You feel what I'm
I
saying?
appreciate it, brother. I
Um,
appreciate it.
yeah, like tell me how you feel about the show and all that.
I think number one, like you said, man, just going on that show is an honor. The way those guys, all for Ernie, Chuck, Shaq, Kenny, all the producers, you know, them having me on that show, it's just always a special feeling for me. Like there's
Yeah.
never not a time that when I go up there, I'm not like, wow, like this is amazing. I can't believe I'm up here.
Yeah.
I think my favorite times, man, some of my favorite times are like the show is incredible. And I think when they brought out them wild rodents, that's my most memorable time because it's just like, why do we have rodents up? I mean, wild rodents, but like, why do we
Right.
have rodents up here? I'm sorry, but like, why? What are we doing? I came here to talk about basketball, man. Like, I'd say that's one of my most memorable times. It's always fun, man. Chasing Kenny to the board, chasing Shaq to the board.
Yeah.
Like all these different things, the jokes. Chuck and Shaq getting into it. You sitting up there, it's like, man, you feel like sometimes like, yo, is he really about to get up to hit him? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like just all of those moments. And then also like who they all are as a people. Like Shaq had me at his home, you know what I'm saying? Like gave me I went and did his podcast and, had some food for us. And like
Yeah.
when someone open up their home to you, that's the ultimate respect. You know what I'm saying?
Shout
Like
out,
Chuck, always, hey man, where we going? Like, let's go. Come with me. You going with
Yeah.
me? We're going to get a drink. We're going here. Like, we're
Yeah.
doing this afterwards. And, Kenny's just always want to have a conversation. He's
Yeah.
teaching you stuff, And so, man, I think is, and then Ernie, the best man in
Ernie's
the
the
world. Like, he
legend,
just want to
bro.
know how you doing,
He's
how
the
your family.
greatest.
You know what I'm saying? And so just being able to interact with them to step in their world and go on the stage with those guys, man, it's always an honor and a pleasure. I'm sick to see the show leaving because it's,
Yeah.
I always tell like people talk shit and we all do like, man, shut up, Shaq, and shut up, Chuck, and they don't know what they
Yeah.
talking about. Man, the reason everybody gets so butthurt about what they be saying is because we all look to that show for validation.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
as an NBA player, when you play well, like, and you played on that night, like you can't wait to go watch the TNT highlights to see what they saying about you. You know
Come
what I'm
on,
saying?
yo. Hell
Like
yeah.
that show
That-
is like your
when the
stamp of
playoffs
approval.
come, when the
Yes.
playoffs come, hey, bro, you gotta make it. You gotta make it to the highlights. You want them spending the whole segment talking about how well you play, because once again, them legends, them greats, some Hall of Famers, and on top of that, just they are the Hall of Fame. They are the upper echelon, the Mount Rushmore of that. You know what I mean? It ain't even like there is no like how do you even create, there's no category. They're like it was a category of its own. You feel what I'm
Special
saying?
thing, man.
It's a special
It's a
show,
special
man.
thing. So shout out to the guys, man. Looking forward to this last season. Hope I have an opportunity or a few opportunities to go on the show this year. But man, it's been a great run. Finished out strong, fellas.
Yeah,
man,
that's cracking. We love
feel
you,
like
man.
a part. It feel like a part of the NBA.
Yeah,
leaving us. But man, you fellas been great for years, and we thank you all. Salute to you.
Salute.
All four of y'all, plus the producers. I saw Tim Kylie's coming back.
TK
That's
coming
absolutely
back.
incredible.
That's
Craig Berry, you a legend.
Craig is the guy, yeah.
Tara August, who's not there anymore, but helped build that show.
Yeah.
Legend.
Absolutely.
Appreciate all them folks, man. They're incredible. Shout out to them.
Shout out to the squad, man. I met so many good people. Wrote pairs, became friends with Christian Ledlow. You know what I mean? Just like you start thinking about everybody who kind of came up with you and with me, and the thing, and to see all these people and their careers flourishing, man, it's incredible, yo. This game and this league, you know, when you put yourself in position, we take care of each other. People take care of you. They always, they just make this shit so easy, and allow me to be like, yo, be more yourself. Because a lot of times I get up there, you be a little nervous because once that shit on, you got to be quick. You know what I mean?
Be quick on your toes.
And they know each other. You know what I mean? You in their house, they know each other. So I think it's a great opportunity for us as former players, current players, like to watch that show and study it, because we gotta now be the generation to take that torch and like figure out how we're gonna create our brotherhood and familyhood and media to show, that same type of energy.
1,000%, man. 1,000%. So I'm looking forward to the last season. I know it's gonna be great. I know it's gonna be plenty great moments to come out of it. So just enjoy it while we got it.
Yeah, you're in line. Shout out to the guys.
That's it, man.
Oh shit.
That's it.
Yeah, we've been rocking. That was a nice run.
First one in the books.
First one in the, hey bro, we covered a lot.
We did.
we covered a lot.
Absolutely. Shout out to y'all out there for listening. Tune in, share with your friends. Myself, BD, we'll be bringing the news to y'all. We'll be here having a good time. Make sure y'all check in. That's episode 1. And that's a wrap.
The Draymond Green Show.
With Baron Davis. Tap in.
Believe that.
Peace.
Peace.